2025. I'm Ann Chichello. I'm acting town moderator tonight. If everybody could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Before we start, if I may.
Sure.
Just as point of order, would you be willing to be the acting moderator tonight?
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to keep it,
I was kind of directed. You are the acting moderator. All right. I just want to welcome everybody. And I would ask Town Clerk Karen Galbo to read the call.
Notice is hereby given of a special town meeting of the Town of East Lyme to be held on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the East Lyme Town Hall Upper Meeting Room for the following purposes. 1. To consider and act upon a motion to approve a special appropriation of $38,230.63 for the Public Works Department from NIP funds for cleaning town catch basins. 2. To consider and act upon a motion to approve a special appropriation of $14,500 for the Parks and Rec Department from NIP funds to purchase 15 trash containers and liners for downtown Niantic. 3. To transact any other business proper to come before the meeting. This was dated at East Lyme, Connecticut, the 19th day of February 2025. Was posted on the signpost, the town website, and advertised in the day paper.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, before we move on to the agenda, I'd like to go over some ground rules under Connecticut General Statute 7-6. To vote at this meeting, you must be an elector of the town and must be a U.S. citizen, 18 years or older, who owns property on the grand list of October 1st, 2024, in the amount of $1,000 more or older. And under number 2, under Connecticut General Statutes 9-360, any person who votes at this meeting who is ineligible to vote or is an eligible voter who votes more than once could be subject to a fine of no less than $300 and no more than $500, imprisoned no less than 1 year and no more than 2 years, and be disenfranchised. Anyone who attempts to vote assuming the name of a legally qualified person shall be found guilty of a Class D felony and shall be disenfranchised. Please do not conduct any dialogue amongst yourselves and address your questions through the moderator. If you wish to speak, please come to the podium and give your name and address for the record. If you are not eligible to vote, please make that known before you speak. You may approve or disapprove an expenditure, reduce an expenditure, but you cannot increase the expenditure. And in the event we need tellers and checkers, I'll appoint the registrar and assistant registrar if they are needed. We will move on at this time to item number 1. Number 1, to consider and act upon a motion to approve a special appropriation of $38,230.63 for the Public Works Department from NIP funds for cleaning town catch basins. Would anyone like to be heard?
I'll address the meeting. I'm Dan Cunningham, First Selectman. So we receive money periodically. It's called NIP funds, the little bottles that unfortunately you find sometimes in the trash on the side of the street. We get, I believe, 10 cents for every bottle that's sold in East Lyme. And so we have those funds, and they can only be used for certain purposes, those NIP funds. And it has to be used some relationship to the NIP bottle trash or trash that accumulates. So in this case, we have 2 items. The first item is using $38,230.63 to clean the catch basins. The catch basins are, when it rains and there's those basins that absorb the rainwater. Well, a lot of things fall into those catch basins. Among many of the items in there are some of those NIP bottles that people discard out the window of their car. So this is a legitimate use. So we have a contractor that'll go in with a suction device and clean out all the catch basins. So that's the use of those funds.
Thank you. Okay. Do I hear a motion? And who was that? Jamie, okay. And can I have, do I hear a second? And you are? All right, we have a second. Is there anybody else who would like to be heard at this time on this issue? All right, seeing none, I'm going to move the question. All those in favor of signifying, please say aye.
Aye.
Does anyone oppose the motion? Okay, motion carries. All right, we'll move on to item number 2. To consider and act upon a motion to approve a special appropriation of $14,500 for the Parks and Recreation Department from NIP funds to purchase 15 trash containers and liners for downtown Niantic. Do I hear a motion? And do I have a second? Mary, okay. Would anybody like to be heard?
Yes, Dan Cunningham, First Selectman, Town of East Lyme. Again, consistent with collecting trash and picking up the little nip bottles, we have a number of trash containers that line Main Street and various places in Niantic. And they're old and they're rusted out and they're open, so the water gets in them, and they're very heavy for our public works employees to empty them. So this money will be used to purchase new trash containers, modern ones that have a cover over the top, can accept a plastic bag inside, and will keep the water out, which will make it easier for the public works to empty the containers, and they'll be better looking on our main street.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to be heard? Seeing none, I'm going to move the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Does anyone oppose the motion? Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 3, to transact any other business proper to come before this meeting, dated East Lyme, Connecticut, this 19th day of February 2025. Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
And do I have a second? Mary? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you.